This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV for Wednesday, October 4th, 2023. I'm Derek Gilbert. Boy, today's program's got everything. Dirty politics, economic collapse, conspiracy theories, satanic cults. Don't miss a moment of this one. Topic number 5 today, politics. As promised, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz has moved to force a vote to oust Speaker Kevin McCarthy, after McCarthy cut a deal with Democrats to pass a continuing resolution to keep the government open and cut a secret side deal to continue funding Ukraine's war against Russia. This is the first formal attempt to oust a House Speaker in 113 years. Gaetz says if it doesn't work, he will try again. He will continue to try to oust McCarthy repeatedly, brushing aside criticism that he's throwing the House into chaos by saying, quote, "Real chaos is when the American people have to go through the austerity that is coming," end quote. What he's saying is that the United States government cannot continue spending in a way that gives drunken sailors, well, that makes drunken sailors look good, actually, because at some point the debts will need to be paid, and that will require a belt tightening that will be quite painful. In turn, by the way, House Republicans may try to expel Gaetz from Congress for being a gadfly. We will see how this all shakes out. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, the former president, in court in New York, he's on trial for fraud, accused of generating more than $100 million by lying about the value of his real estate. Now, New York's Attorney General Letitia James brought this case. She's seeking at least $250 million, that's $250 million, in fines. Basically, the alleged lying was to inflate real estate values so that he could secure loans from banks to invest in other real estate projects. Now, Trump reportedly repaid those loans. The banks aren't complaining. They got their money back. So not a single bank filing a suit. This is strictly the state of New York prosecuting Donald Trump for not being part of the deep state, essentially. Trump invested, made money. The banks invested, made money. Everybody's happy. This is literally a crime without a single victim. And the more they try to prosecute Trump, the more independent voters look at this and say, maybe there's a reason they're going after him, and it's not for what they say, because this just doesn't make any sense any other way. Topic number 4, student loans, the economic collapse section of today's program. The pandemic-era pause on federal student loan repayments ended Sunday. That means about 40 million Americans are now on the hook for a new monthly bill that they haven't had to pay for the last few years. Economists are warning that the impact on the economy is uncertain yet, but retailers and banks are preparing for a hit in the economy. Several analysts say the economic effects will depend largely on if and when and how borrowers take advantage of the Biden administration's flexible repayment plans. Goldman Sachs investment bankers project about a $70 billion hit to disposable personal income, money that would otherwise be spent on other things, goods and services. That's about half a percentage point of gross domestic product. That is not insignificant. The bottom line here is that the Biden administration wants to keep borrowers on the hook for these loans to keep the bankers happy, but at the same time do it in such a way as that it doesn't make Bidenomics more of a joke by having the economy fall flat on its face in advance of the 2024 presidential election. Topic number 3, a new cult. Now we get to the supernatural aspect of today's portion of today's program. The FBI has issued a public warning about a violent online group that targets minors and messaging platforms and encourages them to live stream acts of self-harm and also to produce child sex abuse material. This warning comes after discovery of this cult, which is called 764. 764. The FBI issued this advisory in September. This is the first formal mention by a law enforcement group here in the U.S. of 764, which is an offshoot of a group called the Order of Nine Angles, which is a violent mix of neo-Nazism, occultism, and Wicca. The mainstream media reporting this as Satanism, but that's not quite accurate because they don't actually worship Satan per se. There are other entities in the fallen realm that get worship, and this is more accurately Watcher worship than Satan worship, but still, I mentioned the Order of Nine Angles in my book, The Second Coming of Saturn, which looks at the entity known to the Romans as Saturn. I believe that's the same entity the Hebrews called Molech, known as Shemyaza in the book of First Enoch. This is a group, the Order of Nine Angles that is, that believes that the Satanic Temple and other so-called Satanists are basically LARPers, live-action role players. In other words, people who are cosplaying at being occultists, but they don't really do anything. The Order of Nine Angles is serious about their dark faith, up to and including the shedding of human blood. So this is something to take seriously. Again, the Order of Nine Angles and its offshoot, 764. Topic number 2 today, now the conspiracy theory today, that would be this afternoon's FEMA test. You probably have heard about this. FEMA, in coordination with the Federal Communications Commission, is conducting a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts. This will be at 2:20 p.m. Eastern this afternoon, Wednesday, October 4th, 2023. This will consist of 2 portions, the WEA and EAS. Both tests begin at approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. That's UTC -4, if my math is right. Now, there's been a growing number of people on the internet who have been claiming, without justification, that this will somehow trigger nanoparticles that have been delivered into our bloodstream, or graphene oxide, or whatever, delivered into our bloodstream through recent medical procedures. You know what I'm talking about. But the bottom line here is this. This test is simply an audio tone being sent via an alert to your mobile device. This is really no different than getting alert on your phone when you get a message from a social media platform, or a news alert, or an update on a baseball or football game that you're keeping track of. That's all this is. The audio tone that's being sent is the same audio tone that's been used for the emergency broadcast system since the 1960s. Look, I am married to a brilliant Bible-believing Christian woman who graduated with honors, holding a degree in molecular biology with an emphasis on genetics. So I can say with some confidence here that there is no biological process by which this alert will trigger any physiological response in you. It just will not happen. It cannot happen. In fact, this is literally a plot device, a science fiction plot device that Sharon and I wrote into our novels, The Armageddon Strain and The God Conspiracy, more than 20 years ago. So yeah, this is like something out of the X-Files in the sense that it is fiction. This test was conducted 3 years ago, August 11th, 2021. Same test. Nothing happened except you got an alert on your mobile device. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. Be not afraid. We are not given a spirit of fear. And those who are claiming that something bad is going to happen this afternoon at 2:20 Eastern, I'm sorry, you're just misinformed, and you're needlessly spreading fear, which is not one of the gifts of the Spirit. Coming up, the Democratic Party has a problem. Apparently, it's too white. That's next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure you know how you can get your copy of this incredible new book in the Before Genesis Master Collection. When you order the Before Genesis Master Collection from the SkywatchTVStore.com, you'll receive the brand new book, Before Genesis, The Unauthorized History of Tohu, Bohu, and the Chaos Dragon in the Land Before Time by Dr. Thomas Horn and Donna Howell. In this phenomenal new work, you'll learn about the debate raging between the Old Earth and the Young Earth creationist groups, what the Earth was like during the without form and void era of Genesis 1-2, how ancient archaeological sites like Göbekli Tepe and the Doorway of the Serpent point to an intelligent race of beings on Earth alive before the time of Adam and under Lucifer's fallen influence. And for the first time ever, the conclusion to the events of Genesis that merges all contributing voices from not only the young and old creationist groups, but the scientific community as well, into one balanced and agreeable climax. But that's not all. You'll also receive the amazing DVD, What Lies Beneath: The Lost Secrets of the Watchers Below Göbekli Tepe, featuring archaeologist and author Dr. Aaron Judkins and best-selling author Derek Gilbert as they reveal Göbekli Tepe's historical use as a place of watchers worship, the evidence of a cult that venerated human skulls and reptilian creators, and the links between the god of Göbekli Tepe and the Bible. Also included in this must-have master collection are the digital, downloadable e-book versions of the Earth's earliest ages, Unearthing the Lost World of the Cloud Eaters, and the Apocrypha, including the Book of Enoch. These 3 masterpiece works will be available for download immediately when you place your order for the Before Genesis Master Collection and are being included in this offer absolutely free. All of these items hold a retail value of over $85. Yours now for your donation of only $35 plus shipping and handling. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Before Genesis Master Collection right now.
Item number 1 today, oh irony, thy name is Democratic Party. Senior officials at the DNC are sounding the alarm that the committee is falling short of its own diversity goals. They're warning if current trends aren't changed, the Democrats at next summer's Democratic National Convention will be too white when they gather to officially renominate President Joe Biden. Politico reporting that in interviews with half a dozen current and former members of the DNC, there is heightened concern that the delegates the party may end up sending to next year's convention are just not as diverse as they should be. Think about that. Democratic Party officials are concerned that they don't have enough people of color to renominate the old white guy to run for president. You can't make this stuff up. Skywatch TV depends on your support to do what we do, and it's not just bring you these news updates. Basically, what we do is fund the work at Whispering Ponies Ranch. You can find out more about that online, whisperingponiesranch.com, and why that work is so important. But we want to thank you for your gifts that make this work possible. During the month of October, if you're in the U.S. or Canada, we'll send you as our thank you gift a copy of Donna Howell's novel, Ebenezer. What happened to Scrooge after Christmas morning? How was his life changed? It's a great story, and we'll send a copy to you for your gift of any amount if you're in the U.S. or Canada during the month of October. Find out more online at our website, skywatchtv.com. Look for the red donate button. You can go to skywatchtvstore.com and follow the link, or call us at 844-750-4985. There's a song, Time Keeps on Slipping into the Future. It was Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle, back in the 80s. Anyway, yes, time does keep slipping into the future, but it's not a constant. The rate of speed at which time passes has changed throughout history. This is the not the consensus view of physicists, but there are some out there who hold this view, and it may explain why both, by Christians who believe in the old earth and the young earth, are both right. That's the subject of this week's broadcast on Skywatch TV as we discuss what happened before Genesis. I was honored to be on the panel along with Donna Howell, Tom Horn, Joe Horn, and the Skywatch investigative team. Our broadcast schedule is posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. You can find out when and where to watch it over the air, but you can watch the program right now at our website, skywatchtv.com. If you have Roku or Apple TV, get the Skywatch TV channel for your set-top box, and you can watch us there. You can check out the program right now at the YouTube channel for the main program. That's at Skywatch TV Now, or our Rumble channel, rumble.com/skywatchtv. All of our video content is there, as well as at our free mobile app, and we highly encourage you to get that. Guarantees we will never be canceled because it comes right from us to you, bypasses the gatekeepers of big tech. It also has other features like an audio Bible with multiple translations, calendar of upcoming events, news updates 3 times a week, and more. And we have versions for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phones and tablets. And you can find the link to the app store that's right for your device at skywatchtv.com. Look for the link in the top menu bar at our website. Thank you for watching as we keep watch I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.